Volkswagen has just delivered one of the most shocking announcements the automotive industry has seen in years. The company confirmed plans that will ultimately eliminate around 50,000 jobs across its global operations. German factories are being downsized, production is being cut, and one of the world's most powerful automakers is facing questions about its future. At first glance, many people assume this is simply another case of an automaker investing too heavily in electric vehicles. But the truth is much bigger than that. The Volkswagen crisis did not begin with EVs, it did not begin with software, and it certainly did not begin with declining sales. Instead, the roots of today's problems stretch back decades, revealing a corporate culture that repeatedly made the same mistake. Leadership deciding what customers should want instead of listening to what customers actually wanted. The result is a situation that has led to massive Volkswagen job cuts, Volkswagen factory closures, and one of the largest Volkswagen workforce reduction programs in company history. The beginning of Volkswagen's modern problems. To understand how Volkswagen reached this point, we need to go back to one of the biggest scandals in automotive history. In 2015, Volkswagen admitted that millions of diesel vehicles had been equipped with software designed to cheat emissions tests. The scandal became known worldwide as Volkswagen Dieselgate. Approximately 11 million vehicles were affected globally. The software could detect when a vehicle was undergoing emissions testing and temporarily reduce pollution output. Once back on public roads, emissions levels could increase dramatically beyond legal limits. The financial consequences were devastating. Volkswagen eventually spent more than $30 billion on fines, settlements, recalls, legal costs, and customer compensation. Executives resigned. Investigations spread across multiple countries. The company's reputation suffered enormous damage. But the real lesson wasn't just about emissions cheating. The deeper issue was the corporate environment that allowed it to happen. Employees reportedly worked under extreme pressure to meet ambitious goals, while executives demanded success regardless of obstacles. Admitting failure or delivering bad news often carried serious consequences. That culture would survive long after Dieselgate ended. It simply found a new mission: Volkswagen's massive EV strategy. Following Dieselgate, Volkswagen desperately needed a way to rebuild its image. The answer was electric vehicles. The company launched what became one of the most aggressive Volkswagen EV strategy initiatives ever attempted by a traditional automaker. Leadership promised investors, governments, and customers that Volkswagen would become the world's leading electric vehicle manufacturer. The spending was extraordinary. Volkswagen committed tens of billions of euros toward electrification, battery development, software platforms, manufacturing upgrades, and EV production. By 2023, total investment commitments related to electrification and digital transformation had reached roughly 180 billion euros. That equals nearly $200 billion. For Volkswagen, this wasn't just another product plan. It became the company's entire future. The goal was simple: move beyond Dieselgate and establish Volkswagen as a leader in the electric era. Unfortunately, execution turned out to be far more difficult than expected. The Volkswagen Carriad software failure. One of the most expensive mistakes involved software. Volkswagen believed future vehicles would be defined as much by software as by engines and hardware. Instead of partnering with established technology companies, Volkswagen created its own software division called Carriad. The mission seemed straightforward: develop an in-house software ecosystem capable of powering future Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, and other group vehicles. The reality was very different. The Volkswagen Carriad software failure quickly became one of the largest technology disasters in automotive history. Billions of dollars were spent. Thousands of engineers were hired. Development timelines slipped repeatedly. Vehicle launches were delayed. Software bugs became widespread. The situation became so severe that important products across multiple Volkswagen brands experienced delays because the software simply wasn't ready. Porsche and Audi programs were affected. Production schedules were disrupted. Customers waited longer for deliveries. Meanwhile, losses continued to grow. Ultimately, Volkswagen acknowledged that Carriad was not achieving its goals. The company eventually sought outside assistance and entered partnerships designed to solve problems that Carriad had failed to fix internally. For an automaker of Volkswagen's size, it was an embarrassing admission. Volkswagen electric vehicle problems continue. Software wasn't the only challenge. Volkswagen's actual EV lineup struggled to achieve the success executives expected. Models such as the ID3, ID4, and ID Buzz were supposed to represent the future of the brand. Instead, they exposed significant Volkswagen electric vehicle problems. The vehicles were technologically advanced, but many buyers felt they lacked the emotional appeal and character associated with classic Volkswagen products. Even some Volkswagen executives eventually acknowledged that the brand had drifted away from its traditional identity. The company was building electric vehicles, but many customers no longer recognized the Volkswagen they once loved. That disconnect would become increasingly visible in sales numbers. Volkswagen ID4 sales collapse. The Volkswagen ID4 was expected to become the company's breakthrough EV in North America. Executives hoped it would achieve mass-market success, similar to the original Beetle or Golf. Instead, Volkswagen ID4 sales consistently lagged behind major competitors. Tesla's Model Y dominated the segment. Ford's Mustang Mach-E gained traction. Hyundai's Ioniq 5 attracted strong demand. Volkswagen struggled to keep pace. The situation worsened after government incentives changed and consumer demand slowed. Sales fell dramatically. Production plans were revised. Eventually, Volkswagen made the surprising decision to end ID4 production at its Chattanooga, Tennessee facility and redirect attention toward gasoline-powered models. For a company that had invested billions promoting EVs, the move represented a significant shift. Volkswagen ID Buzz problems. Another major disappointment involved the highly anticipated ID Buzz. The electric minibus was designed to capitalize on nostalgia surrounding Volkswagen's iconic microbus. Few vehicles generated as much excitement before launch. For years, Volkswagen teased concepts, previews, and marketing campaigns. Consumers eagerly awaited its arrival. When the production model finally reached dealerships, expectations were enormous. However, several Volkswagen ID Buzz problems quickly emerged. Pricing was higher than many buyers expected. Driving range fell short of some competitors. Sales remained limited. Additional setbacks followed when recalls and quality concerns affected availability. Production targets were reduced, output was scaled back. In some markets, future model plans became uncertain. What was supposed to be a halo vehicle for Volkswagen's EV future became another example of unmet expectations. Volkswagen China sales declined. While North America presented challenges, China delivered an even bigger shock. For decades, China was Volkswagen's most important market. The company sold millions of vehicles annually and generated enormous profits. China helped finance Volkswagen's global ambitions. Then, the market changed. Domestic Chinese manufacturers rapidly improved their products. Companies such as BYD, Geely, XPeng, Leapmotor, and others introduced highly competitive electric vehicles at aggressive prices. Consumers embraced local brands. Technology improved rapidly. Charging capabilities advanced. Features expanded. Prices fell. The Volkswagen China sales decline became impossible to ignore. Market share dropped. EV sales weakened. Brand dominance disappeared. For the first time in decades, Volkswagen found itself struggling to compete in a market it once controlled. The rise of BYD symbolized the broader transformation. Chinese automakers were no longer followers, they had become leaders. Volkswagen suddenly found itself playing defense. Volkswagen financial results reveal the damage. By 2025 and 2026, the impact of these challenges became visible in Volkswagen financial results. Profitability declined significantly. Operating margins weakened. Several brands experienced slower growth. Investors began asking difficult questions. Even premium brands traditionally viewed as financial powerhouses showed signs of pressure. Management repeatedly emphasized efficiency programs and cost reductions. The company still generated substantial revenue. Volkswagen remained one of the largest automotive groups on Earth. However, investors no longer focused on size alone. They wanted evidence that the company could compete effectively in a rapidly changing market. Instead, many saw signs of uncertainty. Volkswagen Germany Factories under pressure. As financial pressures increased, attention shifted toward Volkswagen Germany Factories. Manufacturing facilities that had operated for decades suddenly faced scrutiny. Production volumes were falling. Capacity utilization weakened. Management argued that structural changes were necessary. Workers disagreed. Labor representatives warned that employees were paying the price for executive mistakes. Union leaders accused management of lacking a coherent long-term plan. Government officials expressed concern. The issue extended beyond Volkswagen itself. The company represents a major pillar of German industry. Any major disruption affects suppliers, communities, and regional economies. As a result, Volkswagen factory closures became a national discussion. Volkswagen layoffs shocked the industry. The most dramatic development came when Volkswagen confirmed extensive workforce reductions. The scale stunned observers. The planned Volkswagen layoffs would affect tens of thousands of employees. By 2030, approximately 50,000 positions across the broader group to disappear through a combination of retirements, buyouts, restructuring programs, and organizational changes. The announcement felt like a betrayal. Employees who spent years building successful vehicles suddenly found themselves facing uncertainty. Many had no involvement in the strategic decisions that created the current challenges. Yet they were the ones absorbing the consequences. The contrast became even more controversial because executive compensation remained substantial. Critics argued that workers were sacrificing jobs while leadership continued receiving multi-million-dollar pay packages. The debate continues today. A pattern Volkswagen keeps repeating. What makes this story particularly remarkable is that many analysts believe it reflects a recurring pattern within Volkswagen. The company has repeatedly pursued ambitious projects based on executive vision rather than proven customer demand. One famous example was the Volkswagen Phaeton. The luxury sedan was engineered to compete with flagship vehicles from Mercedes-Benz and BMW. Technically, it was impressive. Commercially, it struggled. Customers simply didn't want an ultra-expensive luxury car carrying a Volkswagen badge. Billions were spent. Sales disappointed. Losses accumulated. Years later, similar concerns emerged around certain EV initiatives. The products themselves were often impressive. The question was whether customers actually wanted them in the volumes Volkswagen expected. Too often, the answer was no. What happens next for Volkswagen? Despite the challenges, writing off Volkswagen would be a mistake. The company remains enormous. Its brands include Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, Bentley, Lamborghini, Skoda, Seat, and others. It still sells millions of vehicles annually. It possesses vast engineering resources. It has strong global distribution networks, and it continues generating significant cash flow. The real question is whether leadership can break the cycle that has repeatedly created these problems. Can Volkswagen rebuild customer trust? Can it compete effectively against Chinese EV manufacturers? Can it develop software more efficiently? Can it reduce costs without damaging its workforce further? Most importantly, can it create products customers genuinely want rather than products executives believe customers should want? Those questions will define the Volkswagen future. Final thoughts. The headline may focus on 50,000 jobs, but the real story is much bigger. Volkswagen just shocked the entire auto industry with this announcement because it exposed years of strategic mistakes, massive spending, declining competitiveness, and a corporate culture that still struggles to adapt. From Volkswagen Dieselgate to the Volkswagen EV strategy, from the Volkswagen CARIAD software failure to Volkswagen ID.4 sales disappointments, from Volkswagen ID buzz problems to the Volkswagen China sales decline, every chapter points to the same challenge. Volkswagen is not suffering from one bad decision. It is dealing with the consequences of a pattern that has existed for decades. Now the company faces a critical crossroads. The decisions made over the next few years will determine whether Volkswagen reclaims its position as an industry leader or becomes another example of how even the world's largest automakers can lose their way. And with Volkswagen job cuts, Volkswagen factory closures, Volkswagen Germany factories under pressure, and Volkswagen financial results under intense scrutiny, the entire industry will be watching what happens next.